So what is family mediation? Well, mediation's about having a conversation. And the difficult thing is that it's having a conversation at the hardest time, when communication and relationships have very much broken down and have led to separation or divorce. So that's why so many of us need help when we're thinking about starting up that conversation again. And we need to start the conversation because very often we will have a continuing relationship. Our relationship as partners might have ended, but our relationship as parents is going to continue. Or perhaps we have continuing financial obligations for which we need to keep some sort of discussion going. So mediation can provide you with a forum to discuss all of these things. What to expect in a mediation? Well, generally perhaps that there might be 3 or 4 sessions, that the sessions might be a few weeks apart, that they usually last about an hour and a half each, but that actually the process, unlike the court, can be flexible and responsive and meet your needs and the issues that you need to address. Usually it will take place in the same room, but we can see you separately. Usually there'll be one mediator, but quite often we'll have 2 or we'll have another specialist in the room. And usually it will be focused on you as the adults, although we can sometimes see your children. What sorts of things will we talk about? Well, we'll talk about whatever issues need to be resolved and whatever issues, if they weren't resolved, might end up in court. So we might be talking about arrangements for the children. We might be talking about your pensions or your property or the divorce grounds themselves. Whatever it might be, if there's a dispute about it, we can try to help you sort it out. And there are certain principles about mediation that it's important to know. It's a voluntary process. So although increasingly courts and judges expect you to try mediation, you don't have to. And there won't be any pressure put on you in our room to stay the course if it's not right for you. Our job is to be impartial. So however much expertise we might bring from our other professions as lawyers or welfare officers or psychotherapists, when we're mediating, we'll be completely impartial and we'll be working with you jointly in whatever way we can. And that doesn't mean we won't give you lots of information and guidance along the way. Mediation's a confidential process, which means that what we talk about isn't going to go outside the room unless there's a serious issue about child protection. And finally, and most importantly, mediation's down to you rather than down to us. Our job is to make it work for the 2 of you and thereby to keep you in control. And that's something that's very different from working either with individual lawyers or working through the court. Another couple of really important things. The first is that your children come first and they're always the focus of everybody's attention. And the other is that mediation's about respect and about good faith and about trying your hardest, which is what we hope we do when we invite you to a mediation appointment. So, mediation is a conversation, it's an opportunity, it's a way of trying to solve problems rather than fight battles. And increasingly people choose it as the way of resolving their issues around the breakdown of a relationship. And it's almost always worth trying.